In this video, I'm going to show you guys the best AFK spots and how to maximize your profits in getting the best ores inside the entire game. With the brand new cave update, the developers have actually gone ahead and added a bunch of AFK spots to the game that allow you to AFK overnight for a period of time or whatever you're trying to do. And as you can see, I've actually gone ahead and used up all of my money to get this dragon head pickaxe right here. I've also gone ahead and placed some I believe ruins on it. Yes, I have 2 minor shard ruins on it so far, so it's significantly better than its base. Now, I'm going to make sure you guys have all the information you need to know to not only have the best AFK spots, but to maximize everything you can get from them. In the most recent update, the developers did go ahead and add in a bunch of ores. However, those ores are still nowhere as good as things like the Gargantuan. And I did go ahead and AFK for literally 15 minutes using these methods. And guess what, bro? I already got a Gargantuan. And I think I got it very early on into the 15 minutes too. So if this video does help you out, please make sure you subscribe. It means the world to me, and let's get straight to it. Alright, so first of all, first thing you want to do is grab some luck potions. No matter how much money you have, you want to go ahead and do this. And it might seem like it's taking a lot from you, especially considering the fact I personally right now have 30,000. But it's perfectly okay. You're going to make literally millions. It's fine. Now, depending on what level you're at inside of the game, there may be a different set of ruins that you want to grind, or a different set of ores, I mean. To start off, if you are planning on trying to getting some of the new ores, for example, these 2 right here that I've yet to get because I'm unfortunately very unlucky, and you do actually have to get a stolen heart in order to be able to get the Raven 3 quest, which I believe unlocks leggings for you inside of this update. So if you want to do that, the best method to actually grind in this, since there is no AFK spots in the game in this area. This is actually now the only area with no guaranteed AFK spots, meaning if I go ahead and mine these rocks over here, next time they will not be guaranteed to spawn. And just to show you, I'm gonna go ahead and break them real quick, but these small red crystals are honestly not that worth grinding either. It's kind of like the old goblin cave where you don't get many good things out of these types of stuff. But if you do want to grind here, you know, you still can. However, the stuff is random, so there is a very good method I have for you guys. Now, if you noticed, as soon as I joined the server, keep in mind this is a server only by myself. The first thing that is inside of this cave is this brand new heart thing. I believe this is called Heart of the Island ore, and this is actually the best ore inside the game that you can break. I'm not quite sure what the multiplier is, only the developers know it on it, but if you were to try to get anything out of this ore, your chances are the best here. Now, the best method for this specific thing, since it's pretty rare to get to spawn, is by simply doing the reset method, where you look at what's inside of the ore, and if you don't like it, you just don't break it. So if I go ahead and hit this a few more times, you can kind of see it like right there. And oh yeah, there it is. Okay, so as you can see, it has Velchire in it. If you don't like it, bro, just don't break it. I personally recommend this if you're trying to kind of actively grind, which in that case, you can go ahead and put the Gargantuan on there. Or wait till, you know, you get the Gargantuan ore. However, if you are looking for a method where you can literally just mine and break stuff no matter what and expect it to respawn, there is one for you. Well, matter of fact, there's actually 2. If you are looking to get ore specifically inside the spider cave, or simply, you know, you're a newer player, or you're even trying to break stuff faster, there is 2 spots for this. The first spot is right here at this icy rock. It is right down the cave. If you go straight down, you will see this icy rock. Now, this one is not too great because it's only 1 ore that you're mining at a time. And in my opinion, I would never do this. But if you're not trying to get boulders, typically this does not turn into a boulder. However, keep in mind, there's still a tiny chance. It's usually going to be just the icy rock, which it is right now, or a pebble similar to, you know, this side. However, if you want the best of the spider cave, the best spot for that is literally right here. Now, this might seem like a spot that already existed, but this actually recently got changed inside this update to be guaranteed to respawn. And just to show you, I'm going to go ahead and break both of these boulders, and you will quickly see that these spawn in the same exact spot right here. There we go. I got a snowite, so it's pretty good for getting some ores, you know, especially that are end game. So if you're end game, you can still do this. But if I just keep swinging in this exact spot, they will continue to spawn. And trust me, there's a lot more to these methods that I'm going to show you guys, so you definitely want to stay till the end. But there's the first one, and watch, the other one's going to be right here. So I don't know why that one's spawning later, but I guess there it is. As you can see, you can just stand here and smack these up, bro. This is also fairly good if you're, you know, trying to make some money on the side as well. You know, you're infinitely mining these and you're breaking them pretty fast, especially if you're end game. Now, the one thing I recommend, which I was fortunate enough to get lucky in this server not to have to deal with, but you want to go ahead and absolutely exterminate these crystal spiders from being very close to you. Every single NPC inside the game has a little area that they can go ahead and roam in. And if your NPC, you see it running all the way around here, you want to go ahead and kill it until it's no longer there. For example, this crystal spider is very far, so I'm just going to leave it where it is because as you can see, it walks back into that area. But sometimes you'll have ones that are like, for example, just in this general area, and they will come to you if you're trying to break the ores, which are over here. But look at that. It's the icy boulders again. Now, I'm pretty sure this is only like boulders. I could be wrong, but I thought it used to be other things too, but I guess the developers have just gone ahead and made this boulders only. And if you're wondering why I told you to buy those potions earlier on, is because you should constantly be running miner and luck potions inside this game. When you run both of these, it gives you a massive advantage, and I believe there is a limit for how much miner potion you can have on, and I think that's at 15 minutes. So there we go. We got 10 minutes right now. There we go, 15 minutes, and let's try going for higher than that. Yeah, as you can see, it does not allow me to go above 15. However, luck potions do go above 15, which is a little bit weird. One does and the other doesn't. But this is tremendously important if you're planning on grinding the game. At least have the luck potions on, especially if you're end game. So that way, you know, that lasts you longer. But now if I go ahead break this, not only am I breaking it faster, doing more damage, but I also have better luck. So overall, it's much more beneficial. And it's very good to get Veltri and Frost Fossils because these things have pretty good multipliers inside of the game still to this day. And you can actually go ahead and combine them to make a bunch of armors that you can sell for tons of cash. Now, on to the topic if you are endgame. Also, in this video, I am going to show you how to set up an AFK method to where you're using your potions, buying potions, and doing all of that at the same time. So stay tuned. But for the last AFK spot that recently was added, you have to enter into this little cannon, or, well, just climb to the peak. I just have the cannon, you know, you should buy it. But you want to go ahead and head towards this side of the cave, all the way to the back, where we used to have these crystals. Now, if you remember, similar to what I showed you earlier, when you mined these crystals, they would disappear eventually. Thankfully, with the most recent update, there is 2 spots on this island that actually allows you to do it with the ice crystals. And one is on this side of the gate, or like, I guess, the gateway. And then one is on the other side. Both of these allow you to mine 2 ice crystals at the same time. And same thing can be said. Just make sure, you know, these yetis aren't very close to you. I believe this spot is perfectly fine. I don't ever, like, get attacked here. Now, it does seem like these are medium crystals right now. However, I am interested to see if I can get them to become large crystals. I think the developer purposely made it medium crystals so that way, you know, more players can use this AFK method. Large crystals are definitely significantly better if you're planning on, you know, casually grinding. However, if you're going AFK, this is the best spot in the entire game. Actually, by the looks of it, this can turn into a large crystal. I literally just got a large one right over here, so that's pretty good. I do like how they, give you medium while still giving you the ability to get large ones. And in my opinion, this is definitely by far the best. I really cannot think of any better place to AFK grind. You get the crystals or the ores that you need to, apply mutations and traits to your armor as well as your sword. But on top of all of that, you can make tons of money and you can get gargantuan and heaven knight crystals or ores. You might even be able to get the floating crystal, which there is one over there. I am not entirely sure of what possibility can actually spawn in this area. Okay, we got another medium on this side, and yeah, another medium. So like I said, it's just completely random on what you get here. There's no specific pattern. Just keep in mind though, if you're actually trying to still complete this quest and be able to get armor, you do need the stolen heart, which can only be obtained inside of the secret cave at the bottom of the map. But you can also take this method to a whole nother level too. The first thing you can do is by actually popping up some Christmas potion. This potion is the best potion in the entire game by a lot. If you read the description, you can see this says it gives you 25% faster mining, 20% extra mining damage, and 25% extra luck boost, all for 900 seconds, which is equal to 15 minutes. So literally, if you pop like one or two of those, bro, you're good for like half an hour. And they do stack with the miner as well as the luck potion. So have all of them going at the same time. And for that, I would target specifically, the island core thing over here. The heart island, whatever it's called. I don't even know. But using it on this thing, bro, I'm sure you can get tons of gargantuans. Your chances are highest on this thing as well as, I believe, the large red crystal. So depending on what you're trying to do or what your goals and intentions on grinding is, you can choose between those. But for the two AFK methods that I showed you guys earlier, there is actually a way in order to do them and do it completely whilst AFK. What I mean by that is you automatically pop your miner potions, you automatically pop the luck potion, you automatically buy potions, and you automatically mine on top of that. The only thing you cannot do automatically is, get your capacity out of max, because eventually it will become max and you do have to come check it out. But let me show you how it's done, because it's still very, very OP. First of all, go to your designated spot. For me, it's going to just be the spider cave. I think this is a way better area for farming, or, this cave over here. But you can also do the spider cave depending on how good you are. Now, if you don't know what Tiny Task already is, and by the way, I'm not sponsored, I highly recommend you guys download this thing. I think it's a very amazing thing to have. And why is there two on my screen? But it's basically an extension that allows you to automatically record your gameplay, and it like duplicates stuff for you. So it keeps doing it over and over again. This is a little bit hard to set up, and the best thing is doing just using your potions and then mining, because that is very easy to do. But if you want to also make it buy stuff, you do have to utilize this a little bit better. But first thing you want to do is make sure you have this thing called continuous playback turned on. That way it continues doing it. And then you want to go ahead and set a recording hotkey. For me, I'm actually going to go ahead and set F8 as my recording hotkey. So first, I'm going to turn this one to print screen, and then I'm going to set this one to F8. So that way, they don't inflict with each other. Now, what I recommend you do is actually make sure you teleport to the spawn of the game. And what you don't want to do is turn your camera whatsoever. So put your camera in one spot you're comfortable with. For me, it's just going to be this, but you cannot move it after you start this. And then you want to press the record button on your keyboard. For me, it was F8. Now, as soon as you do this, it will say recording up at the top, and you're actually going to head this way. You're literally only using your arrow keys or your WASD. You're going to come to the luck potion, press E, max, purchase, walk back to the miner potion. I believe it's this one. Yep, there we go. Buy max, purchase. And then you want to go ahead and line up yourself with the Iceman. And then you want to walk in his direction, go back, and press E into the cannon. This is basically getting you to that area. And then obviously you do have to walk. However, I recommend you do not dash and you just walk. Be careful though, because if you do get hit by some of these enemies, man, it can cost you. And actually, it just ruined it for me. But it's fine. Let's just act like the elite orc didn't hit me. I recommend you go the other direction. But once you're back into this little area, you literally just take out your pickaxe and start mining. Actually, before you start mining, you want to make sure you pop a miner potion and you pop a luck potion. Keep in mind, this process is all being recorded. And actually, after your timers run out for these, you want to quickly reset your avatar, okay? And that's all you do. And then you literally just stop the recording. What you have just gone ahead and did was completely record exactly what you did during that entire process, so the game can go ahead and replicate it over and over again without actually, breaking the game, I guess. And this is a completely safe macro. Like every single Roblox game allows this. This does not interfere with Roblox at all, and it's just a good service to use. Keep in mind, I'm not sponsored, but Tiny Taz, if you'd like to sponsor me, thank you very much. And the last thing I recommend is what pickaxe runes you should actually have on your stuff. Now, I'm assuming if you're planning on doing this method, you're either going to have a Crimsonite pickaxe or you're going to have the prismatic one. The reason why I'm only talking about these two is because if you have any other pickaxes, you have what is called a progression pickaxe. For a progression pickaxe, it is literally any of these over here, and I don't recommend putting runes on them until you get to the best pickaxes in the game, whether it's prismatic or the dragon head one you get to pick. And that's when you start putting runes on it, because they are very expensive to put on. And for this specific method, since you are AFK grinding and you really only want the best ores, you're gonna want to prioritize luck and damage. If I go ahead and talk to this guy, you will see that I currently have exactly those two things. I have luck or damage right here. I do only have a 10%. 15 is the max for damage, so we get 15. I kind of made a mistake here, but it's fine. And then for luck, 16 is the max, which I clearly do have. Now, for these pickaxes, you can put 4 on them, so it's really nice to go ahead and do so. But, just prioritize damage and luck if you're doing it specifically for this method. But in general, for the prismatic and the dragon head pickaxe, you want to do speed as well as damage. I highly recommend you guys take a look at this for a second. I think it's very important, and it gives you a good understanding of what everything I just said was, in case you don't know. But yeah, as you can see, the best in-slot runes for the dragon pickaxe as well as the prismatic is 3 mining power and 1 swift mining, 12% and 15% respectively. You can also fight the boss and actually get specific ores from him, which can possibly have 2 things on it at once if it's a tier 2, meaning you can get damage and luck at the same one, or damage and speed all in the same thing. But there is one more thing that is super important, and that is actually your race. Now, for the race, you might be like, well, you have Archangel numerous. This is the best thing in the game. Well, first of all, if you want some free rerolls to get the Archangel, just subscribe and drop down your username. Last update, I gave it away to 5 winners in total. This update, I'm hoping to up it up to 5, but make sure you have your Roblox joins on and that you're subscribed and you like this video. But the best race for this specific method is actually going to be Dwarf, which is the one that I so happen not to have, bro. Are we see? Oh, there we go. Now we do. This is so overpowered because it's not much about the luck, but this gives us 15% more mining damage. And on top of that, it gives us a 20% chance to deal 50% more damage. As you can see in the picture, it does show that this is a multiplicative boost, meaning that it's a 1.5 times multiplier based off of your current damage and not plus 50%. They make a big difference, and this is very insane because you'll see that now if I go to that area, although I'm much slower, I don't get the 30% luck, I'm able to just mine the stuff so much faster. It's a 20% chance every hit, so every like 5 hits I'm gonna be doing it, and there we go. I mean, you'll notice the change very quickly, but this thing is being shredded. It is already going so much faster. It's a little bit harder to tell than I thought, but there is a difference, I promise. Like right now you can see 900 damage, but sometimes I'll hit 1,000 and sometimes way more than that. But if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and click on this video right here. It's one of my best videos yet, and I went to have picked up for you myself because I really think you're going to enjoy it and it might help you out. So hurry up and click it. This video is about to end. Until then, bye!